discussion. So let's start, no? So first is we are going to talk about the tape correction. So we have different correction due to that errors of readings. So first is the correction due to the temperature. So the formula is alpha times L times final temperature minus the initial temperature. Alpha is the coefficient of linear or thermal expansion. So if that is still, that is always 11.6 times 10 raised to negative 6. If not given, no? So this is the alpha or the coefficient of linear of expansion of the steel tape. Next is L, measured length or the length of the tape. T is the temperature during the measurement. PO is the standard temperature. We also have correction due to pull. So the formula is P minus POL over EE. Correction due to sag. So let's try to use the following corrections in these following problems. Okay, first is the measured distance from B to C was 380 meters. The 50 meters steel is used as a standard length of at 20 degrees Celsius. What with a coefficient of thermal expansion of 11.6 times 10 raised to negative 6. No? The corrected distance B to C is 318. Find the temperature during the measurement. During the correction kasi, this problem is actually under the correction due to temperature. Magkakaroon ng error sa reading dahil um, ang nangyari doon sa tape, hindi naman talaga yun yung haba niya. So, nagkaroon siya ng elongation due to the thermal expansion. So, in reality, dapat ganito lang yung haba ng tape na humaba siya. So, nagkaroon ng expansion due to the temperature. Now, kung ito yung 20 mo, tapos humaba ngayon yung reading na 20. Supposedly, maliit lang talaga siya. No? Ganito lang siya. So, how do we solve this problem? So, we'll just apply this problem. Take note as CT is the correction due to the temperature. So, in fact, this CT is the error in readings. So, from the problem, no? So, the corrected distance is 318.03. Okay. Pero, ang reading niya lang is 318. Bakit? Kasi, um, humaba nga yung tali. Okay. Kaya ngayon, yung naging reading lang is 318. But supposedly, it should be 318.03. Kasi longer na ngayon yung tape eh. So, to get the value of, ang question naman kasi dito class, final temperature, this one. So, the initial temperature is 20 degrees, the standard length, no? The 15 meter still use. So, we'll just substitute yung L dito is the total length. Okay. Measured distance. Okay. L is the measured distance. Okay. Then, the corrected distance is 318 sa natin siya gagamitin. So, doon lang class, CT is actually the difference of the corrected distance minus the measured distance. Okay, which is 318. L is the measured distance from this formula. Okay. So, measured length or the length of the tape. Measured length or the length of the tape. So, therefore, C sub T is the error in readings. Okay, so the error in readings is 0.03 meters. Now we substitute that with this formula. So 0.03 alpha is 11.6 times 10 raised to negative 6. Then final term, the measured distance, so measured length, times T minus the original or the standard temperature. Okay, so this is the temperature wherein if you measure the distance, it will be always correct. No error. Okay, now, kapag nag-measure ka ng temperature at a higher temperature, there will be always an error. Kung sa case na 'to, may error na 0.03. Okay, kaya supposedly, if the reading is 318, the corrected reading should be added. Take note ha, added lagi 'to. It should be always added to the measured distance. Kaya ang corrected distance natin is 318.02. Now, the error is the difference between the two. Okay, so therefore, calculating the temperature, mm, so answer, so of course, that is larger than 20 degrees Celsius. So let's say 25 degrees Celsius. So the answer, the final temperature, is 28.123 degrees Celsius. Okay, so dyan lang naman yun, mag-iikot-ikot lang yung tanong dyan. So usually, ang tanong naman, determine the measure distance, determine the corrected distance, determine the standard temperature. Okay, so dyan lang iikot-ikot lang. So yung, ano tanong, for the correction due to tape error, due to the temperature. Okay, so if you have any question, you may leave it in the comment section. So number 2, 30-meter tape is supported only at ends. So this is correction due to pull. Okay. So if the tape weighs 0.91 kilogram, determine the following sag correction distance between the ends of the tape. So ang nangyayari kasi, kapag meron tayong the distance, for example, meron tayong pole, dalawa, then you want to measure the distance between the horizontal distance between the two, the top of the two pole. Now, if ililay natin dito yung tape, hindi mo yan straight kasi there will be a sag talaga kasi may bigat yung tape eh. Magkakaroon ng sag. So supposedly 60 meters lang yung distance ng dalawa na 'to, pero dahil sa sag na 'tong ng tape na 'to, nagkaroon ng error. So siguro ang magiging reading mo diyan 52 meters, like that 'no. Pero in reality, 50 meters lang talaga yung distance. Lumaki yung distance dahil nagkaroon ng sag yung tape na yun. Okay, so yung error dun yung 2 meters. So anyway, the formula for sag, correction due to sag, ito yun. Okay, is W squared. W is the weight, no? Weight of the tape in, okay, let's go back to the formula. W is, ito yun, no? Due to sag. W squared, the linear weight of the tape. That is in kilonewton per meter or kilogram per meter. Ito yun, no? L is the distance between the supports. Okay, L is this distance between the supports. And um, P is the applied pull or tension. Kasi if you are going um to lay measuring tape na elevated, of course, you're going to apply tension force on ends. Okay? So mag-a-apply ka ng tension force on both ends. Okay, so let's just apply this formula. So given naman lahat yung class, ang goal natin dito is the sag correction. So the 30-meter tape is supported only at ends and under steady pull of 8 kilograms. So 30-meter yung tape natin, supported at ends, and standard pull, that is 8 kilograms. Is the tape weight 0.91 kilogram. Hindi yan yung W. Kasi ang W is kilogram per meter or pwede ring weight per meter, Newton per meter. So you have to divide this 0.91 kilogram by the total length of the tape. So 0.91 over 30. Yun dapat, no? L is the length, no? Yung measured distance. Okay. So, supported only. Ang nangyari kasi, 30 meter daw. is saktong-sakto yung 30 meter mo, supported only between two ends. So, ang reading mo dito, 30 meters. Yun yung L mo pala dito, yung reading. Okay. Pero, in reality, hindi yan 30 meters. Mas maikli yan, shorter than 30 meters. Okay, so yun yung imaminus natin naman para makuha yung corrected distance between the ends of the tape. It should be always minus, no? Then, let's substitute. Okay, take note ha, yung W should be in kilogram per meter or kilonewton per meter. Okay, so in this case, kilogram tayo kasi kilogram siya per meter total length of the tape. Okay, so that will be your W. Okay, then solving for the sag, let's substitute 0.91 kilogram, 0.91 over 30 because that is the total length of the tape. Because ang total weight of the tape is 3.91. Okay, then the length must be in meters. So, 30 meters squared. 24 times P, that is the applied force. Okay, if your force is in newtons, your weight must be also in newtons. Just convert this. So far, para-paras naman yung mga unit. Yung numerator natin, may kilogram, yung denominator, may kilogram. So, it will be cancelled. Kilogram squared. Ito yung, itong meter naman, naka-meter squared. This one is meter cube. So, ang tira dito, class, is meter. So, let's calculate the correction dito sa answer. Let's go back. Okay, then. That is 0.0162 meters. So, that is the correction dito sa. So, always subtract plus ha to the distance. Kasi nga, the reading is error, no? Mali yan. Okay? Incorrect yung reading na to. Dahil may sag pa. Tumaas yung reading natin due to the sag. So, therefore, you have to subtract this to the original, to your reading na 15. So, correction distance, okay, or corrected distance is 30 minus 0.0162. Okay, only from natin. So, 30. The answer is 29.984 meters. Okay, next problem. So, this problem naman, class, is under this topic, which is error in tape. Error in tape. So, ito yung may mga mababasa tayong tulong or too short. Okay? Tulong or too short. So, how do we solve this problem? If we encountered, okay, a rectangular lot was measured using 50 meters steel tape, which was found out to be 0.025 meter too short. If we encounter this problem na may mga locked-in yung problem, tulong, too short, how do we solve this? No? If the recorded length and width are, so mali to. Kasi may error doon sa ginamit natin eh. Was found out to be 0.025 too short. So instead of 50 meter, mas maliit pala siya. Too short siya. Okay? Mas maliit siya, hindi talaga 50 meter. Okay, determine the actual dimension of the lot. Error in the area introduced due to the erroneous length of the tape. Okay, so may dalawa kasing type ng problem nito. To be measured and to be layout. Sa problem na to, ang problem is to be measured. Ayan, was measured. Okay, iba kasi ang was measured and iba yung problem na was layout. When we say measured, existing na yung lot. Existing na siya. So, may measure lang natin. To be layout naman, gagawin pa lang natin yung lot. So, for those problem na to be measured, you have to take note of this. That is too long, add, too short, subtract. Kasi possible, dito sa problem na to, too long. Okay? Too long. Pwede rin too short. Sa problem na to, dahil too short tayo, subtract. Ano yung subtract na yun? Palatandaan, no? To be measured, if that is too short, subtract. So, or you can just memorize this mnemonics. MLASS. measured length, okay, measured, no? Measured length, um, sorry, measured long add, sorry pala tandaan. Measured long add short subtract. Okay. Measure to long add to, long pala, long add short subtract. Okay. So that's how you use that mnemonics. Again, measure long add short subtract. That is for to be measured. Then you just reverse that on to be layout for those problems that you will encounter na to be layout. So, baliktad lang. Okay. If layout, long, subtract. Kasi long add dito eh. Short, add. So, babaliktad lang to. Long, long, subtract, short, add. Okay. So, I hope kahit ito lang tandaan mo, no? Tapos babalik ka rin nyo lang siya pag to be layout. Okay. Now, applying the concept. So, instead of using this formula, okay, kasi ganito, supposedly ganito siya, no? The correct length must be uh, length of the initial or the initial measured distance, plus or minus T, okay, L initial over, take, this is the correct length, E is the error, then, initial length of the tape over the, um, corrected length of the tape. Plus or minus dito kasi depende kung add siya or subtract. Ito yun. But we can actually use ratio and proportion kasi if may error ka na 0.025 na too short, therefore, too short din dapat to. Pag too short, subtract, diba? Measure. So, maminusan mo lang siya. Parang ganito lang po. Ratio and proportion. Okay. So, corrected length, okay, over the original length of the over the original length. Then, corrected length ng tape over the um, original length of the tape. So, di ba 50 meters steel tape yan? Okay. So, apply lang natin to. So, to get the length, dimension of the length, so we have two dimension kasi. Apply na natin, no? 180.455 and to 127.062. So, the measured length, ito, this one, is 180.455. Now, what is the corrected length? Okay. L sub C. So, you just have to equate that to the tape measurement. So mm, the measuring device used was is a 50 meter steel tape. Okay. So, hindi yan yung corrected. So, nasa baba tayo dapat. Tape length yan, 50. Yeah. So, para makuha yung error, ito yun, 0.025. Measured tayo. Measured tapos too short. So, ima-minus natin yun. Okay. So, ganito lagi yung setup nyo ng equation. So, ito yung corrected length, ito yung original length, ito yung original measuring device, and ito magpa-plus or minus lang po. Depende doon sa situation ng problem. That is measure too short, that is subtract. If that is measure too long, that is plus. If that is layout, okay, rectangular na was layout, is to be layout kasi future tense, gagawin mo pa lang. Ito kasi nagawa mo na, was measured. Okay, pag layout, then is too short. Okay, pag layout too short, that is add. Layout too long, subtract. You just have to remember this thing. Okay? So with that, you can now calculate the corrected uh, dimension of 180.455. Okay, so 80.455 times the answer is 180.364. So it will be a larger, it will be smaller kasi too short na. So, mas liliit siya. Subtract kasi dito. No, yung corrected distance should be 180.365. It should be the corrected. Supposedly, 100, 180.455, hindi dapat yan. Mali yan, correct. Okay, so the corrected length must be 180.365. So, how about the width? Ganun pa rin class, ito pa rin setup natin. Pero yung original length natin is 127. Or rather, the measured length is 127.062. And too short pa rin naman yan. The original length of the tape minus, no, 0.025, that is the correction, too short. So, let's calculate the original width, the corrected width. The answer is 126, smaller value, 126.99. So that is the actual dimension of the lot. Now, what is the error in the area introduced due to the erroneous length of the tape? So, kunin lang natin yung area nito and then compare natin doon sa area ng ating measure distance. Okay? So, error in the area is actually the area measured minus area corrected. So, the area measured is 180.455 times 127.062 minus area corrected. Okay. So 180.265 times 126.2. So therefore it will be a positive value, positive error for times 127.2 minus 180.365 times 126. The answer is 22.97. Positive. Kasi may mga choices class na positive or negative. Kasi this is a positive error on the area. Okay? Usually, pinapakita kasi kung positive or negative. Sa positive area, may chance din class na maging negative area yan kapag mas mahaba yung corrected length versus the measured length. Okay? May possibility na maging negative. Kasi sa choices, may positive tsaka negative yan. Okay? So, dito class, positive area. Okay, so next problem. We're done now with the errors. And now let's proceed with another necessary mga formulas, for actually maraming formula talaga sa survey natin, no? So the probable error of a single observation, this is the formula, 0.6745 times the standard deviation. Okay, use mode 3.1. So this is same with the standard deviation that was discussed in the probability topic or the statistics. Probable error of the mean, PPAS, we just have to divide the probable error of the single measurement over the square root of n. N is the number of observation. Most probable value, that is the summation of the data over n, or just get the mean, that is just the mean, no? Most probable value, if you have a lot of data, just get the weighted mean. Parang mean pa rin naman po, na may frequency. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. The following values were determined in a series of tape measurement of a line 1000.58, 1000.40, 1000.38, 1000.48, 1000.40, 1000.46. Determine the most probable value of the measured length. So the most probable value of the measured length is summation of the data over n, or just get the mean. Mean lang yun, no? So kunin lang natin yung mean. Yung shortcut tayo natin, no? Okay, pagkuha ng mean mode 3, 1, or sa kanan na lang, pakita natin. Okay, so mode 3, SD. So, 1,000, 150, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. And then get the mean, diba? That is CA. Then apps tayo sa that S bar. And yeah, that is S bar. So just press it on it. It is the mean. Yeah, 1,445. Mean lunch press. Okay, what is PES? That is 0.60675 times the standard deviation. How do we get the standard deviation? So to get the standard deviation, just mode 3-1, input your data, and then caps up as variation. Yan. Ito lalabas. And then just select this one. Okay, yung may minus 1 or yung sample standard deviation, di ba? Minus 1 yun. Ito kasi population. Yung gagamitin na natin guys is sample yun. Dahil meron ka lang hindi naman maraming data na para masabi natin na buong population siya. So, it is just a sample, no? Always a sample, no? Standard deviation. So, since na-input na natin yung data class, no? We're going to check the data. Dito na. Galing kasi tayo dito sa most probable value. So, CA, apps, then S var, then yung may minus 1. Okay. The answer is 0.07. Sorry. May multiplier pa pala. So, na 0.6745. Okay. Kasi standard deviation pa lang to. Times 0.6745. Okay. Yeah. That's it. No. 0.0529436. Probable error of the single measurement yet. The question kasi dito, probable error of the mean, not the single measurement. Again, PES is the probable error of the single measurement or single observation. But if the question is the probable error of the mean, you have to divide this by the square root of PES divided by the square root of n. Okay, so divide lang natin by the square root of n. Ano ba yung data natin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Malapit yun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pala, no? 6 yung data natin. Kulang ko ng sulat dito. So, that is 6 data. Okay, so, ayan. 0.0. Sorry, square root of n. Square root of 6. Ayan, 0.0205. Positive and negative. Okay? Next, relative precision of the measurement. What is relative precision? So when you say relative precision, that is actually just have divide the PES or PEM by the most probable value. Kasi dalawa yung question na to, relative precision. That is siyang relative precision of the measurement or relative precision of the mean. Dalawa siya. Pwedeng RPS, pwedeng ang question mean dito is RP sub N. Okay, so magiging PEM over MPD lang siya. Dahil relative precision of measurement is a measurement that is single lang yun. Single measurement. So, divide lang natin. Yung PES ang gagamitin natin. Okay, so, 0.05 divided by most probable value. Okay? So, 1,000.45 or yung mean natin, no? So, mean is 1,000.45. The answer is 5 point, no, it should be expressed in a fraction. Okay, so how can you express this in a fraction? So, ang technique dito class, baliktarin natin. Okay, kasi relative precision talaga no? The choices, naka-fraction form siya na 1 over the whole number. Instead of solving that na ganito, no? 1,000 point, ganito, no? PS over MPV. So, you solve this MPV over PS. Okay. Para ang lalabas, a whole number. Ngayon, pero denominator to, no? Denominator siya. Ilagay mo siya sa denominator. Oh, yes. Ito yung diba? It should be ano, no? Um, it should be, ano ba yan? 19891. Oh, it should be 191. Okay. Ay, sinusunod yung decimal. Bakit? Kasi we always round off this, no? To a fraction na ang denominator is nearest to 1,000. Okay? So, yung 19,000 rounded off to 20,000. Okay? So, 19,000, diba? So, nearest 1,000 yun is 19,000. So, the final answer is 20,000. 1 over 20,000. Okay? So, you should always round the denominator to the nearest thousand for the relative precision of measure. Okay? And again, if you have any question, you unmute your mic or leave a comment. Okay. Chat box. Okay, so next topic is leveling. Okay. So, ito no, we will encounter yung backside and foresight reading. So, kailan nangyayari to? If we, for this leveling, we want to identify the elevation of one point and then the other point. For example, this one is given the elevation nito, and then we want to identify its elevation. So we are going to put the level, the station or the total station at the middle, not necessarily in the middle, no? But in between the two stations. So, babasahin mo siya, dapat yung ating equipment, naka-horizontal siya, may bubbles yan, may encounter na dun sa survey niyo. Then you can read, there will be a reading here. Okay, for example, no? So, halimbawa, ang current elevation natin is 50. So, there will be a reading here. Tapos, nagkaroon ka ng reading, tinayo mo to, from 0 kasi siya. Tapos, ang nabasa mo dito is 2 meters. So therefore, yung height nito, yung horizontal na 'to, yung elevation ng horizontal distance na yan is 52. Okay, 52 meters. Now, you are required to identify this elevation. Ang gagawin mo ngayon, ima-minus mo lang 'to. kung ano man reading mo nito. Halimbawa, ang reading mo diyan is 1.5 meter. If this is 52 ang elevation, bababa ka lang ng 1.5. So, ano magiging reading mo nito? 250.5. That's it. No? So, anong ginawa mo sa backside reading? Backside. For backside reading, you add. No? For foresight reading, you subtract. Take note of that. Ganun lang, no? You don't need the height, no, of this instrument. Hindi mo naman kailangan yun. Okay? So, if you are looking for the elevation, kailangan mo lang backside and foresight reading. Okay? So again, for the backside reading, you add. For the foresight reading, you subtract. Ayun yung gagawin natin sa problem nito. So, hindi lang isa yung magiging readings ng class. Sobrang dami. Okay, determine the elevation of benchmark 2. Ito po yung benchmark 2. Okay, so ang gagawin natin from station A, okay, so from benchmark 1, which is A, so BM1, and BM1, so we are required, given the elevation, so 127.5, we are required to identify to get the elevation of benchmark 2. Gagawin lang natin plus, no, backside from this point, no, we have to add the backside reading minus foresight plus backside 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 minus foresight. Ganun lang hanggang magkuha yung reading dito. Okay? So, ito yung ating elevation. So, mapapansin nyo, yung benchmark 1 natin, wala siyang foresight reading. Benchmark 1. Kasi ang equipment, ando dito na. So, ang reading mo nito, backside lang. Ayun, yung benchmark 1 mo, ang reading mo para dyan, backside lang. Ito yung 1.25. Okay? Yung nasa PP1 ka naman, meron ka ng backside, which is ito, 1.11. Ay, meron ka ng foresight na 1.18. Okay? Yung nasa PP ko to ka naman, no? Okay, so ito yung backside mo, 1.22. And then this one is your foresight, 1.52. That's how we read, no? Yung mga reading. So, doon naman sa PP3, 1.18 meters yan eh. Okay, this one, foresight, 2.22. So, ilista mo lang hanggang makarating ka dito. Or ito na nga yung plus, no? So, how do we get the elevation of the benchmark 2? Again, from the elevation of your reference station, backside is subtract. Backside is add, foresight is subtract. Ano lang, add, subtract, add, subtract, add, subtract, add, subtract, add, subtract. Para makuha yung elevation ng benchmark. Wala ka ng backside dito sa benchmark. Okay, kasi ang backside mo ng benchmark mo ay kung maglalagay ka pa ng equipment dito. Ito kasi foresight ito. Wala ka namang backside na dito. Kaya blanco nito guys. Wala ka ng equipment na nilagay dito. Okay? So, ano lang mangyayari dyan? Add minus if you want to get the benchmark. Okay, so given elevation, summation ng backside, add, and then summation ng foresight. Okay, so, 127.5, ano lang natin, yung mga backside, summation, get the summation. Okay. And then, minus natin, yung mga foresight. Okay. So, kuha mo na ngayon, yung elevation of the benchmark. What if, ganito ang question? The question is only determine the elevation of TP3. Okay, this one. But if you want to get the elevation dito. So, how do you get that? So, ganun lang din. Backside plus, minus backside plus foresight. Okay. Minus backside plus foresight. Minus backside plus foresight. Hindi mo na isasama to class. Okay? Hindi mo na isasama. Kasi itong reading mo, para na dito. Para na yun dito. I hope nakuha nyo. Ito lang class. Sige, try natin kunin yung elevation of TP3. So, 127.5. I-add natin lahat ito, no? Yung tatlong backside plus 1.25 plus 1.11 plus 1.22. I-minus natin yung mga foresight. Okay, so ito yung answer mo dun, class. 124. The elevation of TP3 is 124.315. Add the backside and subtract the foresight. Answer 124.31. Pero dito na benchmark ko lang naman ang hinahasa. So that's the final answer. Elevation of benchmark 2 is 122.1. So ganun ang klaseng technique for the elevation using um, leveling device or profile station yung nakatayo. Okay. So next, balancing traverse and area computation. So for balancing traverse, we have two rules here. The transit rule and the compass rule and transit rule. For the compass rule, that bakit ba tayo nagkakaroon ng balancing traverse? So minsan kasi may error yung hindi nagko-close yung measurement natin. Let's say we are going to measure an area, yan, a lot. Tapos, upon identifying yung mga readings natin, hindi siya nag-close, no, during our survey, no, nung nag-survey tayo, hindi siya nag-close. So, how do we make corrections on our reading? Ayun. So, we can use compass rule and transit rule. Explain natin yan while sinusolve yung problem. Even the area by reading the NDT. Pag meron tayo na itong problem, find the from the field notes of a closed traverse shown. So, the distance between points A to B. So, meron tayong A, B, C, D, E, E. 5 na points of the area. So, A, B, due north. So, ito yung A mo. A, due north. So, 400 meter yung distance. B, C, northeast. Northeast. So, I hope familiar pa rin yung north is southwest. East, south. Yes. Ang northeast pa rin, ano? So, pupunta dito, 800 meters. CD, southeast. Southeast, pa ganito. CBD, southeast. DE, southwest. Pa ganyan na lang. Scientific, southwest ulit. Hindi dito lang pala. Tapos tingin ko. So that is your uh, area, no, lap. That was measured 400, 800, 700, 600, 960. Anyway, you don't need to draw this, no? Kasi this is just procedural naman. What is the linear error of closure? What is the relative error? Using compass rule, what is the adjusted distance of line EA? Using compass rule, what is the adjusted distance of bearing EA? So, kailangan muna natin makuha yung latitude of departure. So, how do we get that? Latitude of departure. Okay, so, di ba may mga reading tayo? For example, north 45 east. So, how do we read that? North 45, yung bearing natin class, always with respect to the vertical axis. The north and the south. So, that is north 45 degrees. Pag ganyan po siya. So, pag sinabing departure or latitude, kinukuha lang natin dyan yung x and y axis, x and y component. So, what is x component? X component is the departure. And then the y component is the latitude. Latitude. So, kung ang AB is due north, so wala siyang departure. Ibig sabihin, latitude lang ito. Pero itong BC, 800, north, 45 degrees east. Ito po yun, 45 degrees east. Okay, so just use sine cosine, no, to get the latitude and departure. Halimbawa, departure. Diba departure is the horizontal component or sine of 45 degrees. No, para lumayo dito sa angle, that is sine. Okay, departure is sine 565.685. Sorry, 800. Okay, 800. Okay, sine of 45 degrees. So that is 565. Cosine, actually same lang sila ng value ng sine at cosine. Sine cosine 45 equal lang. Kaya equal lang tapos. Anyway, if your component is going to the right and going up, that is positive. Or going north, ang latitude mo is positive. Going east, ang departure mo is positive. North and east are positive. Okay, pero pag south naman, again, ang departure, latitude yun, no? Latitude ang south at north. And for latitude, that is cosine. For departure, that is sine. Okay. So, from this given, 60, 700. Okay. South, 60 degrees. 700 para makuha yung departure, sine. So, 350. 60 pala, sine 60. 30 degrees. Sine 60. Ayan, 606. That is the departure. Okay. Then, cosine 60 naman para sa latitude. Isa-isa yun. 350. Bakit negative to? Itong latitude. Take note plus latitude is the vertical component. Kapag papunta siya, yung vertical natin sa south, that should be negative. So, the sign convention here is very important, no? You have to take note of that. The sign convention. Okay, so next, this one, 600, sine 20. Try natin. Or pwedeng ganito klase. Alam mo gamitin tong foil sa carrot. Okay. So, pagka mag-ret tayo, kunin natin yung rectangular component. 600, 600. Ang X and Y kasi rectangular component. Lagyan mo lang pinakata. 620. Ayun. Ayan. X-axis mo. Kasi nga, di ba? Baliktad pala to. Okay. Naka-base kasi to, class. Yung polar coordinates, naka-base to sa ano, sa angle na nasa x-axis. Ito. Yung rect na to. Naka-base siya sa x-axis. Positive x-axis to be specific. Okay. Ngayon, kung ito ay southwest 20 degrees, punta yan dito. So, para makuha mo yun, exactly, i-measure mo siya with respect to the positive x-axis. Ito, exactly ito. Tingnan mo, yung lalabas. So, ano bang angle yun? So, diba 270 yung isang buong ikot? So, 270 minus 20. Anong 270 hanggang dito sa third quadrant? Yan. Diba, X. X natin, departure, 205. And the latitude, okay, is 563. Tumama siya. Kasi with respect to the positive x-axis lagi itong rect and fold. Pwede mong gawin yun para mas mabilis. Ito, southwest, 87. Yun nga lang, iaalamin mo pa yung angle niya with respect to the positive x-axis. Southwest 87, ito po yun. So with respect to positive x-axis, plus 90. So 87 plus 90. Ito, magiging ano siya, 87 plus 90. Ayan, mali pala. 966 pala different. Again, fifth red lock, 966. Tama. 90 plus 87. Answer, negative 964, saka negative 50. Again, this is x and y components. Okay, so yan, nakuha na natin yung latitude and the departure. So what's next to get the linear error of closure? So add mo lang tong mga distances natin, yung measured distances. Okay, yung mga inclined. 400 plus 800 plus 700, 100 plus 966. Okay, so that is 3466. Okay, now, kunin mo lang yung sum nito. Considering the, sentence length, kunin lang natin yung sum. Okay. Sum lang nila. 0 plus 5 equals 15, 5. Anyway, kunin mo lang yung sum nito. So, ang lalabas din ka, positive 2. So, take note of that, positive. Try natin. Okay. Plus 606.200 minus 2, 5, 41. Minus 165, 26, 5, 606, 21, 215, 964, 22. Ayan. My answer is positive. Tandaan, ibig sabihin class, what kapag yung traverse kasi natin or yung area is a closed, the summation of departure should be 0. Take note of that. Para malaman mo na correct na yung measurement mo, dapat 0 to. Walang error to class. No error in measurement. So, dapat yung latitude natin is also error pagka-close yung ating traverse. So, how can we revise itong mga distance? Kasi yun yung tanong dito. What is the adjusted distance of EA, no? May ipapa-adjust sa'yo dyan ng mga distance. So, how do we adjust this? Anyway, sagutin muna natin yung linear error of closure. To get the linear error of closure, just get the square root of the error in the departure and the error of the latitude. Just take the, parang resultant. Just take the resultant of that. So, lalabas yan is 2.404. Okay, so, yan na klase. What is the relative error? So, the relative error, LAC over perimeter. Okay, this one, no? LAC over perimeter. Okay. LAC, linear error of closure divided by mo lang doon sa perimeter. Yung yung perimeter na need to be adjusted. Yung relative error to. Need to be adjusted. I-adjust pa kasi natin itong mga distance na. Okay, so yung answer pala dito guys is also a fraction. Okay, fraction din po siya. So, para makuha to, 1 over 142, ang gawin mo, 3.66 over 2.4. 2.404. So, yan. So, whole number lang natin. Or, di ba nga, you have to remember 'pag mga relative error or, mga kanina 'di ba relative precision, 'pag mga question is relative, ang choices in class naka-fraction and then nearest to the thousands yung rounding nung denominator. Okay. So, ayan kaya 1/1000. You have to round off this. So, puwedeng ito yung sagot kung nandito na 'to sa choices, 1442. Kung wala, and then you have to, kung ano man yung nasa choices mo, hindi naman puwedeng parehas yung nandun. By using compass rule, what is the adjusted distance? How do you use compass rule? So for compass rule, so we will just use again the ratio and proportion. Parang yung kanina ginamit natin sa ano, sa tulong tuition. Line EA ang focus natin. So correction over error. Ang error sa line EA is 966. Okay. Doon muna tayo sa departure kasi iisa-isahin natin yun. Okay. Ayusin natin yung departure, ayusin natin yung latitude. Correction ng departure, ano tayo? Correction over 2.015. Ang correction natin class is 2.015. Total correction to. So dito yung total perimeter yun ilalagay mo. And then yung doon, yung measure distance. So paano natin i-correct? Yung correction nito. Ang correction na makukuha mo class is yung distribution. Di ba may error tayo na 2.055 positive. Paano natin yung ikakalat? Ibig sabihin sumobra yung measurement natin ng 2.055. Pag sobra, ibabawas natin. So, kailangan minusan mo 'to, bawasan mo 'to, bawasan mo siya, bawasan mo 'to, bawasan mo 'to, bawasan mo rin 'to. So, supposedly 0 siya, magiging negative dapat 'to. Supposedly 565.685, babawas siya. Lahat 'to ibabawas. Pero 2.015 ba ibabawas? No, it is just a fraction. Fraction of what? Kunin mo lang yung fraction. Halimbawa, gusto mo makuha yung fraction ng error para dito sa measurement na 'to, kunin mo yung fraction ng 966 over 34. And then i-multiply mo 'to. Yun yung mapupunta na su-subtract natin dito sa 964. Okay? Negative 964, bawasan mo pa siya. I-subtract mo 'to. So, ang value diyan plus, so, diba yan, 966, 966 over 3466. Multiply lang natin to 2.015. The answer is 0.5. So, ito yung mapupuntang portion para dito. Ang gagawin mo class, ito yung correction ng departure latitude. Kunin din naman natin yung correction ng latitude. Okay, kasi both correction must be identified first, no? So, departure and latitude. So, sa latitude naman, dito kasi hindi magbabago to. Yan. Ito lang yung error. So, total error, then, ano yung correction natin para dito? Okay, so, 1.362, 966 over 3.66. Palitan lang natin to class ng 1.1. Answer is 0.865. Ito is 66. So, ito na yung correction ng latitude naman ng EA. Just get the, okay, so ngayon, i-ano na natin to. Ipapasok na natin. Di ba, departure natin, yung measure departure natin, ayan, galing sa 966 yan. Just get the component. Ibabawas mo ngayon to, my notes. Kasi nga sobra ka ng 2.015. I-distribute natin, ang napunta, ang naging fractionate, ang naging portion niya is 0.6562. So it should be subtracted. Pagka positive yan dito, it should be subtracted. Pero 'pag negative ang nakuha mo ditong, departure, error in departure, you have to add kasi kinulang naman yung kada departure mo, ibig sabihin ng kinulang. So 'pag minus mo yung plus, originally 964, then the value will increase in terms of negative. Yan. So ganito rin lalagay natin dito class, minus mo yung portion niya 0.366. Mm. So 50 negative 50.557 minus 0. The answer is 50.923. Now, how do we get the corrected distance? Okay, how do we get this? Supposedly 966, how do we get the corrected distance? Just get the resultant of the departure and the latitude. Okay, so that is negative 965. Ayun, di mo na pala sa amin negative mo. Kasi itake ko ng square. Ano ito, wala yung nanap ng negative. Okay, so don't need to include the negative kasi naka-square naman siya. Di ba pag kumukuha ng resultant, naka-square naman. So 965, 65, 1238 square plus 50.9. 966, mas lumaki siya class, no? Numerically, mas lumaki siya kasi nga, mga negative yung ating departure and latitude dito. So, dahil nag-minus pa tayo, mas lumaki siya numerically. So, answer 96.5. Pero ito class mo, itong 800, pagka kinuha natin to, liliit siya. Kasi yung departure and latitude niya ay positive. Kaya natin, no? Okay, kunin natin ito. Sample lang. The final answer na pala natin yung corrected distance between using compass rule, the adjusted distance, 956. Now, let's try to solve yung corrected distance ng the distance. So, ganun lang ulit class, distance ng line over perimeter. Ang distance ng line mo na dito is 800 over yung perimeter 3466. Multiply lang natin siya. Kasi hinahanap natin yung portion ng 2.015 sa kanya. Okay, ang mapupunta dyan is 0.46. Ibig sabihin, dito ang napunta dito, di ba? 0.562 para dito. Dito naman, 0.465. Mas maliit ang napuntang portion sa kanya. Bakit? Kasi yung 2.015, paghahati-hatian ng lahat na to, mas maliit ang napunta dito. 800 versus sa 960. Kasi nga, mas maliit yung measure mo na distance. The lesser the distance, mas less yung mapupuntang correction sa kanya. Maliit yung correction na i-apply mo sa kanya. Now, if you want to get the correction, ito yung correction na ng distance BC. Okay. In terms of departure, in terms of latitude naman, yan. Kunin naman natin yung corrected departure. Corrected departure, 565.685. I-minus mo lang, no? Yung corrected departure. So, lumiit siya. Okay. Correction naman sa latitude. Correction para sila. Correction due to latitude. Ano? Correction due to latitude. 565. Bawasan mo natin ito natin. Nagbago na sila, no? Magkaiba na sila ng value. Tingnan ko. Ito yung departure natin, 219, 0.219. Ito yung latitude, 0.328. So, just get the resultant of that. 799. Supposedly, from 800, mas lumiit siya. Nabawasan. So, sabi 799 na lang. Kapag ang mga departure or latitude mo ay both positive, lumiliit yung distance. Okay? That's it. Meron pa palang question dito. Using compass rule, what is the adjusted distance of bearing PA? So, nagbago na kasi yung departure and latitude natin. So, supposedly 87 degrees west siya. Eh, dahil nagbago yung ano, saan yung southwest? Southwest ito. Okay, supposedly 87. Ngayon, ano na yung magiging adjusted bearing niya? Ito yung, hindi na, southwest pala. Southwest. Southwest is pa ganito. South. Ito yung south. Ito yung west. Ito yan. Measurement ko yun. So, nakuha natin kanina yung departure. Yung corrected departure. Again, departure is the horizontal component. Ito, 965. Para yung dito. Nakuha natin yung vertical. Ano lang gagawin natin dyan? Mag-art tan tayo kasi from statics mo, pwede natin itong ilagay dito. Ito yung magiging departure. Ito yung latitude. So, art tan lang yung departure over latitude. Okay. Art tan ng departure over latitude. Para makuha yung angle. Laging ganyan, no? Para makuha yung angle. Art tan lagi siya. Departure over latitude. So, do not include the negative na, no? Kasi kumuha ka lang naman ng angle. So, art tan ng departure over latitude. Art tan ng departure over the latitude. Magbabago din yung angle nito. Originally, 87 siya. Naging 86.2. How do we convert that sa degree? Kasi ganyan din natin express yung bearing, di ba? Degree, minute, second. Pindutin nyo lang to class mo. Degree, minute, seconds na siya. Okay. Degree, minute, second. Okay, now let's proceed with getting the area. Okay. Computing area using DMD. We have two ways of computing the area, DMD at saka DPD. So DMD muna. So before you proceed with getting the area, first is you have to get the latitude and the departure of the given measurement. Parang ganito, no? You have the bearing, you have the distances. You get the departure and the latitude. So given the departure and the latitude, pwede mo makuha yung area niya. Pero make sure that there should be no error on the departure and latitude. Dapat pag sinam natin to, zero yung class. No? Dapat wala man ng error. So, adjusted must be done first. Okay? So, you have to adjust first yung mga distance. Yung ginawa natin kanina. Pag in-adjust mo to isa-isa, diba, ito adjusted natin. Ito, from 964, naging 965 siya. Ito, in-adjust din natin to. Anong value natin doon kanina? Iisa-isahin mo yan. I-adjust mo sila para maging zero. Once after adjusting kasi magiging zero yung departure nila. Summation of departure is zero. Summation of and latitude is zero. Before you get the area. Okay, so far naman, wala pa namang problem na pinag-adjust ka na, pinakuha ka na ng area. So, password din mo. So, automatic pag pinakuha ka ng area, adjusted na yung class. So, let's check nyo lang din. No, plus 72 points. Ayan, zero. Zero. Even the departure, zero din dapat yun. Okay. So, how do we get? No, i-table lang natin sila. So, dito yung DMD. Ah, pag sinabing DMD kasi double meaning method. So, paano ba yung ina-apply? So, ang gawin mo lang class, i-copy mo lang yung first departure. And i-ano lang natin, fill out lang natin yung table. Then, para makuha yung second DMD natin. Gawin natin, okay, paano nakuha itong 161? So, i-add lang natin sila. Add, add. So, from first data, add, Kasi negative, di ba? So, add 161.36. Ngayon, add mo rin ulit to. Pero you have to include the negative sign. So, add. Ito naman yung para dito. Oh, ito din dito. Yan. Para makuha naman yung dito, i-add mo ng 2 tsaka itong 64. Negative 2. Para makuha naman yung dito, i-add mo lang yung plus 64. Negative 72. And, para malaman mo kung tama ka, dapat yung last departure is equal doon sa last DND. Ganun na, add lang, add, pag ganun yung play, plus, plus, pag ganun lang. Okay? Now, how do we get 2 times A? 2A. To get 2A, you multiply DMD to the latitude. Okay, so including the sign convention, you have to include that. Okay, negative 36.6 times negative. Or, di ba, pag negative times negative, positive yun. Positive lalabas dito. Ganun din gawin mo dito. Multiply. Sa latitude naman. Hindi siya. Yan. Tapos multiply dito. Makukuha mo naman yung mga answer na yan. Ito. Then, add mo lang siya. Yung summation ng class is twice the area of your lot. Okay, twice the area of your lot. Pagka pinag-add. Pero para makuha yung lot, i-divide lang natin. Negative, wala namang ibig sabihin. Positive, negative. Okay, area pa rin yung class. Ilang. Now, just divide this by 2. Ito makukuha mo. Okay. Pagka DPD naman, okay, pag DPD naman, para makuha mo yung mga data dito, ang ginagamit naman is latitude. Latitude. Ito, kung copy natin yung first latitude, then add. Try natin. Add. Negative lang kaya minus siya. 0.13. Ayun, di ba? Add. Ganun lang. Tapos, dapat para sa dito na expect mo. 108.92 plus 19.64 minus 6.7. Yan, parehas. Positive and negative. No? So, dapat they have numerically same but different in something. Okay, now, para makuha yung 2A, instead of DPD times latitude, dahil latitude ang ginamit natin para makuha sa DPD, dapat DPD times departure naman. Ito naman yung mag-multiply to get the 2A. Okay, so 24.83. Nagpa-positive lang tayo. 24.83 times 36.908. Ito, negative times positive, negative. Positive times positive, positive. Positive, positive, positive. Positive, positive, positive. Pag inad mo yun ka, same lang yan doon sa nakuha mo kanina. Okay, using DPD and DMD, parehas lang ang makukuha mo. Final. Okay, so for simple curve, we have to take note of the following names. So PC is the point of curvature. PT is the point of tangency. Okay. I is the angle of intersection, this one. This I is also equal to this angle. Okay. So, vertex of point or point of intersection, PI, this one. Ito kasi kanina I, the angle itself. Now, the intersection is the tangent from a simple curve. Okay. So, pag sinabing simple curve, parang isang part ng isang circle. This is an arc length. So, dito natin gagawin yung road. Core distance, PC to PT. Connect PC and PT. I is the external distance. External distance is what? The connection from the midpoint of the from PC to PC, the distance between middle point ng ating curve papunta doon sa P1. The middle ordinate, ito naman. Distance from the center line ng ating chord punta doon sa center line ng ating curve. Okay, so degree of a simple curve. So these are the formula, but we can later on derive this. Let's try to solve this problem number 8. Tangents of a simple curve have a bearing of north 20 degrees east and north 80 degrees east, respectively. The radius of the curve is 200. Compute the external distance of the curve. Compute the middle ordinate. Compute the stationing of point A on the curve having a deflection angle of 60 degrees from PC. If the station of PC is 11 plus 0, 0. Okay. I-drawing muna natin yung mga bearing. So we have north 20 degrees east. And then you are going to connect this to a north 80 degrees east. So mas ganyan siya yan. Ito yung 80 degrees. May dalawa tayong bearing. Okay? So ito yung magiging tangent line natin. Itong intersection nila ng tangent line, yun yung PI. Okay? Then, itong angle na to, ito yung angle I. So how do we solve this? Okay? So 80 minus 20. Okay? So 80 minus 20 is 60 degrees. That is your angle of intersection of a simple curve. Ito na class yung road na dadaanan. From two tangent lines. So ito na yung magiging road. So this one, the start of tangent is PC. Ito naman is PT. Okay, let's just draw a tangent line or a perpendicular line to the tangent. Perpendicular to 90 degrees yan. 90 degrees. Let's also draw a 90 degrees here. Okay, so that we can have parang part siya ng isang circle. Ito center ng circle natin. And this one will be part of your circle. An arc length. You don't, may mga formula na ito sa mga reference book, but you don't need to memorize that. If you are familiar with the parts of a circle, or how do you calculate the different distances no, of a circle? Remember, arc length, dapat kabisado mo yung formula. You stay familiar, no? So the given radius is 200 meters, and this is the angle of intersection. Okay. So if kung ano yung central angle nito, ito magiging central angle. Same yun doon sa angle of intersection of the two tangent lines. Okay, 50 degrees. Now, connecting these 2 points, kasi first is we need to identify the external distance. Asan ba external distance? Ito ko lang. Pag kinalik mo itong dalawang distance na ito, ito yung external distance. But we know that this point papunta dito is the radius, 200 meters. So how do we solve this external distance? Given the following data. Usually, ito yung mahalaga dito, yung central angle at saka itong radius. Pag hindi given yung radius, it will be given by a degree of a curve. Usually, arc basis yan. So what is the degree of the curve? So the degree of the curve is measured per 20 meters of the arc length. So, galing siya dito sa SR theta. This formula is actually based on the SR radius. Okay, para makuha mo yung degree, ito yung angle mo. Ko-convert mo siya sa nakaano kasi dito. SR theta is the length of the arc length. Ito 20. 20 lagi yung reference natin. So, the degree, multiply mo lang para maging radian. Theta kasi dito is radian. Multiply lang natin ng pi over x. So, the degree of the curve, makukuha mo siya. Ganito yung formula. Yan. So, pwedeng 2 pi, 360 over 2 pi, or 180 over 2 pi. 180 over 5. Ito rin yun din. 180 over 4. Times 20 over r. So, pagka hindi given yung radius, given ang degree of the curve, tandaan nyo, ganito lang gagamitin ito. SR theta, wherein ang is 20. Bihira naman ginagamit yung chord basis. Kahit itong arc basis lang ang tanda. Okay? So, gani lang yung dito yung formula ha. S is equal to R theta, wherein X is the 20. And your theta is d times pi over t. So, going back here, ang goal kasi natin dito kasi, given naman yung radius, the goal here is to get this external distance. How do we solve this? Kailangan natin dito gumawa ng mga triangle relationship. Okay. We know that this is right triangle and we can get this angle, this triangle. At makuha nito. Itong triangle. Yan. Consider natin ito. This right triangle. So this right triangle, ganito siya. Ito yun. Easy. 200 to. Tapos ito, pagka kinahanap natin mo sa gitna, mahahati naman to. 30 degrees na lang. Ano length na itong hypotenuse? Ito po yun. So, ang length ng hypotenuse means what? Radius plus. So, how can we relate an angle adjacent and the hypotenuse? Adjacent hypotenuse. Diba kayo, cosine angle is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse. I over 2 kasi dinivide natin yung 60 by 2. Gumamit lang tayo dito class ng triangle. So, dapat familiar ka doon sa right angle na to. Usually, ito lagi magagamit mo yung right angle. You are going to form a right triangle. Okay? So, with that, you can now substitute cosine 30 is equal to adjacent over the hypotenuse. You can now solve the value of here, or the value of t dito, no? 200 over, i-ano ko na, rewrite ko na, cosine 30. Then, minus external distance. Okay. So, answer is 30 points. That is the external distance. Compute the middle ordinate. The middle ordinate naman is, if you connect these two lines, ito po yun. So, paano mo kunin yung chord na to? So, anyway, pagka-question naman yung length of the chord, paano mo kunin yun? Triangle lang. Ito. Hypotenuse to I mean, the, ano to, the third side of the triangle. Two sides, then equated angle. And then you have the opposite side, which is an. Okay, so, ito naman ang kailangan natin dito. Middle ordinate or small letter f. So, gawa ulit tayo ng triangle na. Ito hindi na, ito naman. Right triangle. Puro right triangle na gawin. So, considering this right triangle, ito. Yeah. Considering this right triangle. Ito siya. So, yan. Ito, PC to the center. Ito yung 200 yung radius. How about this length? Ito yun. Anong length? That is R minus N. Okay, R minus. And then what is this angle? Ito. So how do we relate that? Cosine ulit. Adjacent, no? Cosine, 30 degrees. Adjacent. over the hypotenuse. Actually, from other references, dinerive na to para makuha yung M, dinerive na para makuha yung E. Pero dun nga lang din yung galing. Relationship lang yung mga triangle. So with that, like the substitute cosine 30 degrees equal to, ano ko, solving for L. The answer natin dyan is 26.75. Okay, another problem. Hindi, ito pala, letter B. Compute the stationing of point A if the deflection angle, okay, so, ano pala, nawala, the road. Compute the length of the road. Ito yung magiging road natin from PC to P. Compute the length of the road. So how do we solve that? Kukunin lang natin yung is from PC to P. Okay, to get that length, ito lang yung formula natin. S equal to R. Ah, ito na lang. Okay, so S is equal to R theta. So get the length of the road or curve. S is equal to R times theta pa rin. Arc length kasi ito kung arc length. Now to get that arc length, okay, S, R natin is 200. Angle, central angle is 60 degrees. But you have to convert that into radian. Pi over 1. Ganun lang, makapito. Yung pagkuha ng value. So the value of S, R times S, R times 60 times pi over 1 is the answer 209.4. So, minsan pinapakuha yung station, halimbawa, given yung stationing nito, kaya add mo lang yung length mo. Anyway, may mga problem naman tayo mamaya, no? Mga tungkol sa stationing. So, pag may station nito, i-add mo lang yung length niya, yun yung magiging station ng P. Or problem number 9, the offset distance of simple curve from PT to tangent line passing through the PC is equal to 180.20 meters. The stationing of PC is 2 plus, ito, parang ito. The simple curve has an angle of intersection of 50. Compute the degree of the curve. Ito yung D doon sa ating, degree of the curve. Ito po. Okay. We are going to compute the degree of the curve. How do we solve that? The offset, ano ba sabihin ng offset distance? Okay, so, drawing muna natin. Let's say ito yung PT. Ngayon, pag sinabing offset, di ba, pag drawing ka ng CAD, i-offset mo siya, no? The offset daw, parang, ano siya, perpendicular distance. Yung distance daw nilang dalawa, okay, mag-offset tayo ng, the offset distance is equal to 120. Ito po yun, 120. No? So, ngayon, ito yung PC. Ito yung 120. So, parang minove mo siya papunta sa left. Pwede na papunta sa right, ito sa gawin mo. Okay, now, ito yung tangent line natin isa. Yung intersection natin. And then, yung point of intersection. The angle of intersection is given. No? Okay, ito 50 degrees. So, ito klase offset distance. Yan yung sa gawin, no? From PC, then perpendicular siya doon sa PC, doon sa tangent line ni PC. May gagawin kayo ng offset distance. Perpendicular siya doon sa line ni PC. 120.2. Now, we are required to solve the degree of the curve. Drawing lang muna natin yung center point ng ating simple curve. Or ng ating magiging circle. So, again, drawing ka lang dito, no, from your tangent line. So, PT, drawing ka ng perpendicular lagi. Doon din, no, drawing ka lang din doon. So, PT, perpendicular din. Right angle, then connect it. Ito na yung magiging angle, central angle natin, which is same dito, 50 degrees. Angle of intersection. Kailangan natin class, masolve mo na yung radius ng curve. Yan. Ano pa ba given dito? Offset distance lang yung given. Okay, hindi naman given yung radius of the curve. Stationing ng PC, hindi naman natin magagamit yan. Kasi ang kailangan natin talaga dito is the radius of the curve. Okay? So, from SR theta, um, makukuha natin yung degree of the curve, yung 20 degree. Pero kailangan muna natin i-relate ko. Kailan ba natin magagamit yung 120 degree? So, let's try to draw the radius. And then, draw a parallel lang dito sa ating tangent. Or, doon na tayo dito sa perpendicular. Okay. Anong length nito? Kasi ito di ko 120.2. What will be its length? It will be r minus 120.2. Ito, alam mo, r din ito. Diba? Radius din ito. So, therefore, we can relate the two sides, okay, of this triangle. We can relate the two sides of this triangle. The adjacent and the hypotenuse of this angle. Diba, laging right triangle talagang solution dito. So, cosine 50 adjacent over the hypotenuse. You just have to draw talaga, no? Kapag may encounter ka ng simple curve. Okay, so, yun, adjacent and then hypotenuse. So, substitute natin, or solve natin yung r, cosine 50 equal to minus 120.2 over ay, siguro mga 200. So, dapat larger than 120. Gawin natin 300. Para mabilis mag-shift sword, no? Lalagyan mo siya lagi ng guess. 336. So, paano siya magiging degree of the curve? Ganun lang ang galing sa SR theta. You don't need to memorize this formula. Itong 1145.116. Kasi galing lang yun siya doon. Sa SR theta. Okay, pero ang S natin dito class is 20, not the length of the side. Okay, kasi yung degree of the curve is not this, is this. Degree of the curve, pag sinabing degree, that is based on 20-meter arc length. 20-meter arc length. R natin is 336. And what is the degree of the curve? 8 times pi over 1. Makuha natin din class 3.405 degree. Okay. The degrees ang makuha mo dyan. Let's check kung yun din sa bit. 20 times 20 over 1. Answer 3.405. Now let's proceed to the next type of curve, which is a compound curve. The compound curve, meron naman niyang tatlong tangent line. Okay, tatlong tangent line. Ano bang purpose pala ang purpose kasi ng simple curve pala? Ano ba, meron kang sobrang steep na daan ng road. Gusto mo siya maging smooth. So ngayon, paano pag meron ka pa isang road dito? Yung road mo, puro kurba, puro corner. So, ang gawin mo siyang compound curve. So, parang dumaan siya sa dalawang tangent line. Ito yun. Originally, ito yung road mo. Dahil sobrang nila, patusok. Kailangan mo siyang smooth. May dalawang tangent line siya. Actually, tatlong tangent line. So, yung mga parts importante dito. Yung PI yun pa rin. Intersection pa rin ng tangent ni PC sa PT. Pero meron tayo ditong common tangent na tinatawag. Ito common tangent will intersect at PCC. PCC is point of compound curve. V1, meron na tayong dalawang vertex dito. Kanina kasi, isa lang yung vertex. Ito lang, sa simple curve. Dito meron tayong vertex 1 and then vertex 2. Itong I1 is the angle of intersection ng first simple curve. Kasi dalawang simple curve to guys. Ito naman is the angle of the intersection of the second simple curve. And you have the radius, dalawang radius pa class, ito dalawang simple curve ko na pinagdikit. Okay, yun pa rin naman PC to PT. So how do we solve this length? To solve the length of the road, itong sunod yung road natin, top view to no, ng road. To solve the length of the road, gamitin mo lang yung unang simple curve mo, yung pangalawang simple curve. I-add mo yung dalawang length. That was the total length of the curve. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. A compound curve has the following elements: I 30 degrees, I1 24 degrees, B1 is 4 degrees, B2 is 5 degrees. Stationing of the vertex is 4 plus 20. That means the stationing is P, stationing is P. Stationing ng vertex pala to, no? Ito. Pag sinabing vertex lang, ito yun. Sinabing vertex yun, ito yun. Vertex. Ito yung binigay na stationing ng vertex. Lahat natin stationing is P. And then the PP. Okay? Length na kailangan natin dito. Okay. So far, hindi tayo given ng radius. So first, from the degree of the curve, we have to get the radius first. Okay, radius is just S r theta. Okay. So S natin dito, again, to get the radius of the curve, given the degree of the curve, you are going to assume, you are going to use 20 meter length. Okay, 20 meter length of the arc length. So, R, radius 1. Theta na, ang angle natin, 4 degrees. Times pi over 1. So natin yung radius. So what is the radius of the curve? 186.17. So natin ito. Okay. 186. What is the radius of the second curve? Gamitin naman natin yung 5 degrees. 20 is equal to radius over 2, 5 degrees naman to. Ito lang natin yung 5 degrees. Ito lang natin itong 5 degrees. This is the radius. And it would be better if you can draw the simple curve. Okay, the compound curve. Okay, so ito yung ating AC. Ito yung PT. Ito yung ating PPC. Ito yung first tangent natin, tangent to PT. Yung tangent to PT. Then meron tayong common tangent. The stationing of PI is 4 plus 620. May common tangent tayo dun. Gawin natin yung first curve. Mas malaki yung radius niya. Yan. And then the central angle given naman plus 30 degrees. So, 286.47. And mas maliit yung radius na itong pangalawang curve. So, 229.183. Okay? Given the central angle, angle of intersection, ito rin yung kaso. Ano ang angle of intersection nito? Yun din yan dito, class. Diba? From the simple curve kanina, kung ano yung angle of intersection of the tangent, yun din yung central angle of your simple curve. Okay. So, kung nasa si 24, kung ito 24, ito class 24 degrees. Our goal here is to identify the stationing of PT. If the given is the stationing of the intersection, you have to identify this length kasi ima-minus mo to. Ima-minus mo to. Tapos, para naman ma-identify yung stationing ni PT, aalamin mo to, i-add mo siya. So, i-add mo tong length. So, isahin natin. Okay. So anyway, the point of intersection, the angle of point of intersection, ito, it's no longer 30, no longer 40, but instead, the sum of 30 and 40. Ito na yung angle of intersection. Yung dalawa ng intersection. Sum na yun. 30 plus 24. So therefore, that is 54. Pwede natin makuha tong angle nito later on pag ganun angle. So tawagin natin tong length of tangent 1, this one, papunta to vertex. Equal lang yun class. Tandaan na, ang length of the tangent ay equal lang. 'Pag simple curve lang 'to, equal lang to dito papunta dito. And dun sa other simple curve natin, kung ito tawagin nating tangent 2 hanggang dito sa vertex, equal din yun dito. Pero ang goal kasi natin tungkol dito din, total length. So gawa tayo dito class, connect natin yan and draw a right triangle. Consider this triangle. Para makuha tong T1, di ba? Kuha na yun eh. Kasi anong angle na to? Pagka nag-draw tayo dito ng straight line. Yung 30 magiging 15 na lang. Okay? So, right triangle. Ano yun? 15. Diba? Arctangent opposite over adjacent. Usually kapag tangent line ang hinahanap, tangent laging ginagamit. Arctangent. No, arctangent. Pag mga middle ordinate, mga external distance, cosine, ganyan na, di ba? Puro cosine. Ngayon, arctangent. Kasi opposite over adjacent. Adjacent natin is 30. Angle natin is half of the 30 degrees. Opposite over adjacent. So we can solve that value. T1. T1 is radius 1. Okay, times 15 degrees. Tangent pala. Tangent at 15 degrees. Answer, 76. Turn natin ito. Yeah, 76. Next, kunin naman natin yung tangent 2. Consider natin itong right triangle din ito kasi. Kasi hindi naman ito kakadrawing. Right triangle din ito. Ito, angle nito, right triangle. So, meron tayo dito half. Arctangent ulit ito. 20 degrees na lang. Arctangent opposite over adjacent. Arctangent ng 12 degrees opposite 52 over the adjacent na radius. So, solve natin, turn natin sa B. Ay, sa B. Times tangent 12. The answer is 48.714. Turn natin sa B. Meron na yung length ng mga tangent. Same principle din yung sa pag simple curve. Pag kukuha ka ng length of the tangent. Kunin naman natin itong x na ito. Event is y. Kunin natin. Paano mo makuha yung class? So, may length ka na ng T1 tsaka T2. Add mo lang yan. Meron ka na. Consider this triangle. Considering this triangle, we know, we can calculate this angle. We know that the sum of the interior angle is 180 degrees. Okay, so, if this is 30, if this is 24, ito ay 180, 180 minus 30 minus 23. The answer is 126. So, paano makuha itong side na x at side ng y? Meron kang angle na itong side. Anong law yan ng triangle? To get this side. Using sine law. O, di ba? Sine of the opposite angle is equal to side over the sine of the opposite angle. Side, opposite niya, sine 24. Side natin, T1 plus T2. Or 1 side over opposite niya, 30 degrees. Is equal to T1 plus T2 over sine 130. Okay? So, to get the x, T1 plus T2. Okay, to get the value of x, T1 plus T2 over sine 120. Side over the opposite sine of the opposite angle. And then sine 24. Okay, for y. Sige, tawagan ko yung ano. Ano kaya yung sine? Ano sabi niyo? Hindi nila kaya eh. Tawagan mo kasi yung number. Sabi ko, direct naman eh. Kasi page yun, eh, hindi sasagot yun, ang dami nilang nagmo-monitor. Loadan mo 'to para magtawagan ko rin sa Jeep. Dali, ito yung sa GCash. Wait lang, tapusin ko lang 'to, okey. So, answer, 120.53. Okey, try natin siya, 1,030. Gano'n din dito sa kabila, ang sign naman natin is 30. To get the value of y, 77.549. Nakuha na natin yung x tsaka t1, puwede na natin makuha yung stationing of PC. Okay, stationing PC, Ti minus yung x tsaka minus t1. Okay, so, kung binasa kasi natin 'to, ibig sabihin ng 4 kilometers plus 620 meters. So, gawin na lang natin siyang 4,600. Gawin natin siya. Okay. Gawin na lang natin siyang 4,620 minus natin yung x, yung total sa e. So, minus 21 is total x. So, 4 plus 480.50. So, that is the stationing of the PC. 4 plus. Yung kilometer kasi hinihiwalay yung stationing. Okay, next. How do we get the PT? Kasi meron akong PI, i-add ko na lang ba yung y plus P2? Hindi, actually hindi siya pwede. Dapat dadaan ka sa PC. Kasi ito na yung stationing mo ng road eh. Dito ka nadadaan. Dito ka nadadaan dapat. Sa road mismo. So, kailangan natin kunin yung length of the curve, 1, saka yung length of the curve, 2. SR theta lang para makuha yung length ng curve. Pero yung theta mo dito, class, is not the degree of the curve, yung central angle. Kasi we not after to get the radius. The radius naman ang angle. Hindi natin gusto yung degree. Gusto natin yung L, yung mismo length natin. Hindi siya 20 ha. Okay, pagkuha lang yun ng degree of the curve, yung 20. Okay, so, SR theta. R natin is, yan, 286. Then, theta, 30. Try natin. 286 percent sa A times 30 degrees. Answer is 115. Okay. Then, next, LC2. So, LC1, bakit LC1 is 115? Sakto pala, 115. LC2, ganito naman, yung SR theta rin, ang R natin dyan is, ito sabihin, yung 30 degrees. 30 degrees. Okay, I is 30 degrees. 9, 94. Ano 90? Oo nga, 96 meters. Meron ka ng LC1, 150, LC2, 96 meters. I-add mo lang yan dun sa PC. Okay, so 4,480.15. 4,480.15 plus 150 plus 90. Answer dito plus 4,726. Ay, mali. 4, 4. Stationing pa lang to ng PCC. Ay, tinatanong. Ayan, yes, may stationing tayo PCC. Tapos, stationing ng PT, add mo pa yung LC2. Okay, 4630 plus 96. Ito pala yung nakuha ko. Galing. Answer.